Good morning, guys. I am here to tell you about our final project. Your cameras are going to be collected at some point next week. I'm thinking it's going to be the 4th, but I'm waiting to hear back for sure on what day it's going to be. I will post and give you information as soon as I know, and then hopefully they'll allow me to come and collect them so that I can see you all from a distance. But so this week into next is going to be our last project using our cameras. After that, there's only going to be a couple more days, so I'll be giving you video assignments, something to watch and reflect on, a survey, things like that, since you won't be able to make anything else with your camera. So this final project, I wanted to give you guys the option to make something that you want to create using the skills that you've learned throughout your 2 classes in photography. So here I've just compiled a presentation, and I'll link this in the assignment as well, just outlining all of the things you guys have done. It would have been more if we were in school. We did miss out on a couple of things because of materials. We weren't able to have those materials at home in order to make those projects, but you guys did a lot and you've learned a lot. So what I want you to do in this final project is kind of show me all of those things that you've learned. So just going through really quickly to kind of jog your memory on all the things you've done. Most of you took photo 1 last semester, but there's a handful of you who were in it last year. So just to kind of make you remember. So 10 rules, we did recently just go over this again. So 10 rules, learning about composition, high and low key, how to light a subject with artificial lighting to create a mood in the photo. My last semester class, you guys used alter egos, self-portraits, and they came out so cool. So I think that was an interesting way to show light versus dark and using those alter egos. Narrative photography, so telling a story with your photo. And we talked about making a photo versus taking a photo, and what the difference is. You guys made natural light landscapes. We talked about golden hour, what the best time of day it is to shoot photos. We used that app, Magic Hour, that maybe you still have on your phone from when we did that. Light painting, using a slow shutter speed to capture the trail of light, and just learning in general that a slow shutter speed will blur motion. Your master photos, emulating an experienced photographer's process. You guys picked your own photographer and created something based off of their work. Special effects, my last semester's group, we looked at Kaloop on Instagram and we watched his videos and learned how to put like overlays and special effects into our photos, and that was a really, really fun project. Levitation, so figuring out how to remove an object from an image in Photoshop. Keep going. Timeless, so this is the beginning of this semester. We did our timeless photos and we learned the technique of hand coloring a black and white or sepia toned photo. Your TikTok tutorials, now we're getting into the point where we're at home. We started these in school and we finished them at home. TikTok tutorials that were really fun for me to watch. Quarantine series, so we've been doing that week by week this whole time you've been home. These are replacing your challenges. You notice I never put up a challenge assignment for quarter 4. These replaced your challenges for this quarter. So your quarantine series, just kind of documenting your own experience at home. Isolation creation, where we looked at the work of Jamie Beck and we watched her process and helped us create our own still life and self-portrait images. And then quarter 3, you did challenges, and you just recently are completing your food styling project. I think that's due today. And then my first semester photo 1 students, you guys got to go do a field exploration on location at the Color Factory. You guys may have gone on the last field trip ever. But so knowing all of this, and again, I'll link this presentation in in your assignment. Knowing all this, what I want you to do is I want you to create a photo that demonstrates not only like who you are as an artist or photographer, your voice, okay? But also combines 3+ techniques that you've learned in both Photo 1 and Photo 2. So this could be things you learned doing challenges. It could be what you learned doing your TikTok tutorial. It doesn't matter what project it was, but I do want you to combine a bunch of techniques together to create a photo that you want to create. So I'm not giving you a topic. This is not like food styling specific or portrait specific or landscape specific, excuse me. This is just whatever you want to make as a photographer. So me personally, I like to create portraits. So whenever I'm creating something for myself, I'm typically creating it with a portrait, but you may not love portraits. So it's entirely up to you what type of photography you want to do for this project. One finished photo will be due next week, just before we collect cameras. And I expect that it's done, it's edited. If you needed to use Photoshop, you use Photoshop. And yeah, I just kind of want to see this culmination of 2 classes in photography and show me your stuff. Show me what you learned. So again, I'm thinking your cameras are going to be collected June 4th, but I will post details on that as soon as I know them. But you do want to make sure you stay on top of this, because you don't want that like camera collection to sneak up on you, and then you have to give in your camera and you haven't taken your photo yet. Okay, so I hope you guys are all well. Good luck. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. I miss you guys. Hopefully I'll get to see you behind a mask from 6 feet apart next week when you hand in your cameras. Okay, that's it. Be well.